A tree on a hillside casts a shadow 215 feet down the hill. If the angle of inclination of the hillside is 22 degrees to the horizontal and the angle of elevation of the sun is 52 degrees, find the height of the tree. First, we assume that the tree is on the hill and it is not at the ground level. The tree casts a shadow down the hill, and this shadow has a distance of 215 feet. The sun must have shined in the opposite direction. The angle of the inclination of the hillside is 22 degrees to the horizontal. So this angle is 22 degrees. The angle of elevation of the sun is 52 degrees. So if we were to look up to the sun, to the top of the tree, this angle is 52 degrees. We're looking for the height of the tree, which we will label this as h. And so we have a triangle which we will label A, B, and C. The angle A of this triangle is not 52 degrees, but the angle A has a measure of 52 degrees minus 22 degrees, or 30 degrees. Also, the length connecting A to C is 215 feet. Using the law of sine, we have sine of A, which is 30 degrees, over the height, which is what we want, equals sine of B over 215 feet equals sine of C over the length from A to B. Any of these equations that we extract from the law of sines in this case will have at least two unknowns, H and B, BCC, and HCC. Using the first two ratio to form the equation sine of 30 degrees over H equals sine of B over 215. Our wishful thinking is that we want to know the measure of the angle B, and so we will set out to find out what the measure of the angle B is. To do that, observe that we can extend this tree, which we won't be able to, but is an imaginary line. Then we have a tiny right triangle down there with the angle 90 degrees. And so the angle C inside is 90 degrees minus 22 degrees, or 68 degrees. From there, we can find the angle C inside the triangle ABC by taking the straight angle 180 degrees minus 68 degrees to get 112 degrees. And so we now have another angle inside the main triangle ABC. Remember that this angle A has a measure of 30 degrees that we found earlier. Armed with this, we should be able to find B. The measure B is 180 degrees because the sum of all three angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Minus 30 degrees minus 112 degrees. And so, with our wishful thinking, we found B. B is 38 degrees. Armed with it B, we can now find H. If we isolate H from this equation, then we have H equal 215 times sine of 30 degrees divided by sine of B, but B is now 38 degrees. Input this into a calculator. 215 sine of 30 degrees divided by sine of 38 degrees. we will get 174.6, which is approximately 175 feet. This is how high the tree is.